Okay, I want to talk some more about my dictionary here. My new Oxford American Dictionary. So there's pictures. Some of these pictures are nice and big though. They take up the whole page. Uh, like here's one. Here's one for mushrooms. Mushrooms. I think if I can remember the words where there's a lot of pictures. Here's some saws. I think there's some whales in here. Yeah, whales. And I think there's dinosaurs in here too. Oh, there's Marlene Dietrich. Emily Dickinson. Joe DiMaggio. Okay, here's dinosaurs. So it's got some nice pictures in this dictionary. What's a nice word I can What's a nice word I can read the definition for? I got some words on my bulletin board. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I should have thought of that. Because I have a bunch, like when I find words that I find are interest found when I found words that I found were interesting. Uh, I wrote down the definition for these words and I put them on my bulletin board. So I got some on here. uh, okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Quite a quite a few here. So I wrote down the definitions on my notes here, but I want to use what it says in the dictionary for these words. All right. Pelmanism? Ah, here it is. Okay. Pelmanism. A system of memory training originally devised by the Pelman Institute for the Scientific Development of Mind, Memory, and Personality in London in the 1920s. A game based on memorizing cards or other objects placed before the players. Yeah, I wrote that one down because I remembered when I was a kid, I used to like doing this with like a deck of cards. Um, like a normal deck of cards. I remember doing this with other cards with like that had faces on it in some other kind of like a board game. But I remember I was doing this with like a normal deck of cards, and I remember playing this with my grandma, and because I guess you can do this with a couple people, like have take turns with it. But you can do this with yourself too. But like using a normal deck of cards and then spreading them out and just finding the pairs. So you have them face down, so you don't know which ones are which cards, and just like finding the pairs of like uh, like two of hearts. I guess that wouldn't work. You'd have to find all of the twos. But it's just like finding the pairs of well, you can do red, the hearts and the diamonds. But just like I thought that was fun when I was a kid, just like using like memory to find out like so you find like if you're doing like the red twos, you find the diamond, and then you look for the other red two, the heart, and if you don't find it, then you put it down, um, and then you have to let the other person take a turn. But then you have to remember where the red two was. Like if you go to a different place and you find the the other red two, then you have to remember, where did I find that other red two? So I guess that's Pelmanism. So I thought that was interesting that I found that word because I remembered playing that. I like playing this memory game with cards when I was a kid. Um, how about just one more? Because this I thought was interesting. Because sometimes, like, I've noticed sometimes I've heard words like uh, that people like expressions that people use and never really knowing where the origin of why people use these words for whatever reason. So I find word origin very interesting sometimes. So there's this one word which I heard a lot of people use over the years, and I never really knew why people use this word. So I looked it up because I was like, why do people say this word? What does that mean? All right. Well, I'll read the definition in my dictionary, and then if it doesn't satisfy me, I'll read what I read, what my other dictionary said, the one I had on my old laptop. So this is for the word frank. There's a few definitions for frank. Okay, but this one, open, honest, and direct in speech or writing. Especially when dealing with unpalatable matters. A long and frank discussion. To be perfectly frank, I don't know. Open, sincere, or undisguised in manner or appearance. Catherine saw her look at Sam with frank admiration. So it gives examples of the using the word in a sentence, like they say in spelling bees. Uh, Medicine, unmistakable, obvious, frank ulceration. Frankness. Okay, so here's the origin. Middle English in the sense free, from Old French frank, from medieval Latin francus, free, from francus. See frank 2, the second definition. Oh, okay. Only Franks had full freedom in Frankish Gaul. Another Middle English sense was generous, which led to the current sense. Well, in my other dictionary, on my other on my old laptop, on the dictionary thing on there, it said something a little different, which I thought was interesting. So on my note here, it says the expression "to be frank," free, generous, candid, from the granting of full political freedom in Gaul only to the Franks. So I thought that was interesting. So that, like, when people say that they're being frank, that's where they're getting that from. This is taking longer than I expected.